to the prophecy minisodes. Grammy and Grandpa George indicated that there are some prophecies that have and are currently playing out. Since I'm a Christian, I asked if they were biblical. My guides indicated the prophecies are from the book of Revelation, chapters 8 through 11, as well as chapters 13 through 15. We are going to start with Revelation chapters 8 through 11, known as the trumpet judgments, because Grammy and Grandpa George said those were completed, having occurred from 2016 to 2021. This series is meant to redress the gross mistranslation, misinterpretation, and misunderstanding that is patriarchal and wrathful into a more balanced and awakened prophecy for the rise of the divine feminine. Now, let's correct the record. The first trumpet comes from Revelation chapter 8, verse 7. Hail and fire mixed with blood. Each trumpet brings a major event, shifting the balance of the world in preparation for divine restoration. For far too long, these have been taken literally, and they should be metaphorical. So, metaphorically speaking, the first trumpet is signaling a purification and destruction of the old paradigm. Mimi and I have come up with possible events that have played out already, which might be manifestations of trumpet number 1. We will now ask Grammy and Grandpa George if these events are indeed manifestations of the first trumpet, and we will be learning this together in real time with you. Thanks for joining us. We have Grammy and Grandpa George here, and Christine is going to read the questions while I get the answers from them. Grandpa George and Grammy, were any wildfires a direct or indirect cause of the trumpets? No. Okay, so the wildfires were not an actual manifestation of the trumpets. Yes, that is correct. Okay, well then skipping over this. Alrighty. You know what, that's good to know, because I think a lot of people think that these are literal manifestations, and this first answer is clarifying that no, it is not a literal manifestation. Absolutely. And I think it's important too, because so much of the patriarchal system has actually used events like this to blame certain factions of humanity for their sins, which are not actual sins biblically. All right, the next one is, are the hailstorms and extreme freeze events a direct or indirect cause of this first trumpet? No. Okay. Another clear indicator that, Westboro Baptist Church is just wrong. Was Mother Gaia crying out in pain through these changes in our weather patterns? Yes. So the first trumpet and Mother Gaia crying out in pain potentially could have added to the weather events we naturally have on Earth by making them more frequent, more extreme? Yes. Okay. Which one is more likely the cause of these extreme weather events? Is it Mother Gaia crying out in pain? No. Or is it global warming? Global warming being a manifestation of the errors of humanity, correct? Yes. The next question, for the blood rain phenomenon, we saw reports of blood red waters in India, China, and Russia. Is this a manifestation of the first trumpet? Thank you. It's not like the other ones. That's good. The next question is going to dive into political and social upheaval. Does this trumpet include political or social upheaval? Yes. Okay. When DJT was elected in 2016, is this what caused the first trumpet to sound? Yes. And when we saw his followers literally label themselves as Trumpettes, was that a sign for the rest of us that the trumpets were going to start playing. The trumpets from Revelation. Yes. How about that? Pretty on the nose, I think. So on the nose. Okay. Was COVID-19 a result of this first trumpet sounding? No. Again, dispelling the myth that God is wrathful. Right. Is that correct, Grammy and Grandpa George? Yes. Did the first trumpet sounding play a role in the severity of COVID-19? No. Did the first trumpet sounding have any impact at all on COVID-19? No. No. Is it fair to say, though, that COVID-19 is a result of the errors of human ways? Okay. Yes. Thank you. So again, that is not God or creator being wrathful on humanity. Correct. But more a consequence of our collective actions. Yes. Thank you. Good to know. Next question. Was the January 6th insurrection a cause of this first trumpet? That's a pretty big yes. Okay. Yeah. Again, not literal, but metaphorical. Yes. This first trumpet being about blood rain, hail, and firestorms. And what did they do? They stormed the Capitol. Yes, they did. Okay. They burned things, they caused destruction, like a hailstorm, a firestorm, any of those things. And there was blood spilled because people did get very injured and died as well as a result. So a manifestation of the first trumpet was the January 6th insurrection. Yes. Next question. Did this trumpet cause a metaphorical scorched earth moment for U.S. politics? Yes, emphatically yes. Scorched earth is a term that we have heard people use in reference to what Donald Trump and his followers have done to America in the geopolitical sphere. Next question, from a divine feminine perspective now. Did we see necessary upheavals that represent this trumpet metaphorically? Yes. Okay. Was this to restore divine balance? Yes. Was this to start awakening the divine feminine? Yes, emphatically. Like they're so excited. Follow up with the awakening of the divine feminine. Was this also at this moment in time, starting in 2016, when the first trumpet sounded? Did that also help to awaken the divine masculine? Yes. Did we see this trumpet play out as the exposure of toxic masculine culture? Yes, we did. Does toxic masculine culture harm the divine masculine, not just the divine feminine? Yes. Is this trumpet what led to the hashtag #MeToo movement that started in 2017? Yes, indeed. Nice trumpeting. Oh, thank you. I did play it for like a year when I was a child. You definitely learned something there. Oh, that's a good instrument. I recommend it. Did we see this trumpet play out in the form of a rise in school shootings? Yes, we did. In order to be able to ask this question intelligently, we looked up the data to make sure, but between Columbine and 2017, school shootings ranged yearly between 15 and about 60 per year. In 2017, they started rising. That's when it went up to 60. In 2018, there was 119 school shootings. In 2019, there was 124. And in 2020, there was 116. So after Trump was elected and that toxic masculine culture was normalized, that's when we saw an increase, basically doubling, in some cases, kind of tripling that number. Amy and Grandpa George are agreeing with everything that she's saying. Yeah, that's important to note as well, because if I was wrong, they would start changing their direction on that. Then in 2020, when it was the pandemic and all these kids were at home, a lot of these boys went home where they were exposed to toxic masculine culture in their home lives. And when they returned to school in 2021, we saw a doubling of school shootings. 2021 went to 257. 2022 was 308. 2023 was 349 school shootings. The epidemic that we have seen in a rise of school shootings is 100% a manifestation of toxic masculinity harming our boys. And the first trumpet sounding the alarm for people to listen and wake the fuck up. These are our children. Chrissy, wake up. Let's do better here. Oh my God, you gave me chills for a second. Because that is a big one as mothers. It's terrifying. And we were in high school when Columbine happened. I remember how I felt in that moment watching these kids run for their lives and run for safety. And never did I imagine that things would get worse and that this would become normalized in such a way that children now have to do active shooter drills and teachers have to learn how to prevent an active shooter from breaking into their school classroom when they don't even get paid enough to begin with. Let me ask this one question, Grammy, Grandpa George. When the divine feminine era is finally in full effect, will we see school shootings go down? Yes, we will. And when the divine feminine era is fully in effect, will our children be able to be themselves? Yes. And to heal from the pain of the patriarchy? Yes. And will that also help heal their parents from the pain of the patriarchy? Yes. So there will be ripple effects of love. Yes. Perfect. Very good. If this first trumpet began with the election of Donald Trump, what year did this first trumpet end? 2, 0, 2, 1. So in 2021 is when the first trumpet sounding ended? Yes. Thank you. Grandpa George and Grammy, do you have any final message relating to the sounding of the first trumpet that you would like to include in this mini-sode? Yes. Okay, please go ahead. G, O, D, D, E, S, S. Next word. So goddess. Yep, correct. R, I, S, E, N, risen. Yes. Goddess, risen. Anything else? Yes. Okay, please continue. H, I, D, D, E, N. Next word. So hidden. N-O-W. W. Sorry. Knowledge. Knowledge. Sorry. Sometimes they say words in my head, and so I know what letter they're going to go to next. So hidden knowledge. Okay, please continue, Grandpa George and Grammy. R. E. V. Are you going to spell revealed? Yes. Hidden knowledge revealed. Anything else? Yes. Okay, go ahead. B. Y. Next word by D. E. M. E. T. E. R. Next word. So Demeter. So we have goddess risen, hidden knowledge revealed by Demeter. T. W. I. N. S. Twins. Twins. Yes. The Demeter twins. Okay, so yes. Apparently they want you guys to know that now. Like definitively. Okay. Wow, thank you, Grammy and Grandpa George. Is there anything else you wanted to share? No. Okay. We love you. We love you so much. And thank you. Thank you for giving us this hidden knowledge so that we could reveal it to everyone who needs it. Yes. Thank you. All right. As Christians, through the deliberate mistranslation of Revelations, we have been led to believe that the contents of this book of the Bible are literal in order to scare us into patriarchal submission. And that couldn't be further from the truth, as we have seen. This chapter of Revelation is about the destruction of the old ways of the patriarchal system of violence perpetrated on women, children, men, animals, and Mother Gaia. Revelation was a warning that humanity has been led astray by false prophets who glorify violence and greed. Revelations is the divine feminine call to arms, so to speak. The 7 trumpets are warnings to wake up humanity to the errors of our ways. It's a call to awaken the divine feminine, to restore the earth and all her inhabitants to a world filled with abundant love, joy, and peace. The 7 trumpets are Mother Gaia crying out in pain for what humanity has done. Revelations is not the literal destruction of Earth. Everything in the universe is made of matter. Matter cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed or transmuted. Revelations is the awakening of the divine feminine to restore balance. And as we say in the Christian church in the form of the Gloria Patri, glory be to the Creator, the Christ, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. The old world is dying to birth a new world, the era of the divine feminine, which is why we should use REM's song as a mantra. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Remember, you are made of love and magic, so go make the world a better place. Peace be with you, and also with you.